There's only so long the dream body is going to drive you to get into the gym. Today we are training quads and glutes. Come along. Let me just quickly brush my hair. We gotta look good when we train. Welcome back, guys. Today we are training quads and glutes. It's a big session today, like my last hamstring and glute training day. If you haven't watched that before, you must. There's some really good cues in that. But today we are training quads and glutes. We have kickbacks to start. Then we have sumo squats, beast stance, hip thrust machine, and leg extension. So let's get into it. Today, I want to do more training, less talking. I have a lot of energy in me today, so we are just going to go for it. We're going to get straight into it, and you are going to watch me dive. In case you're wondering what I'm drinking, I have coconut water and BCAAs and ice, and I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. That's it. That's it. So first up, we have glute kickbacks. This is my favorite kickback variation of all time. You may have not seen it before, but I like this one because I'm so stable. The way you set up, it may look a little bit difficult, but it's not at all. So come with me, I'll show. To keep it really simple, basically all I've done is for kickbacks, I've got their ankle straps on. That's cue number one, put your ankle straps on. Cue number two, I've set up this bench. So when I'm going to show you my starting position, but we want this bench like just outside of the cable here because my leg's going to be kicking back here. And then the last step for setup is just attaching my ankle strap. So that's all you need to know for now. And then once I demo it, you can see the rest. For these ones, I'm a little bit lazy. I like to do one leg at a time so I don't have to keep changing the bench. So I'll do 2 sets on this side, 1 warm-up set, so 3 sets in total. And then we're all done. I like putting these first in this day. So my glutes are nice and warm and activated before I get into squats, so I don't just use my quads. I want to feel my glutes on those as well. So, main cues for these is I like to picture, I do this for every exercise, I like to picture a path in my mind and I'm following the same path for every rep. Helps me concentrate and helps me stay stable so I don't use momentum from other muscle groups. With kickbacks on this bench, bend your leg, your knee just a touch, turn your toe outwards, and then we want to kick out to the side just a little bit so we get a little bit of glute medius. And then the biggest cue that you need to remember is we want to keep a stacked rib cage over pelvis position. So we never want to arch our lower back. As soon as we start arching, we'll start to use our lower back and not our glutes. So we want to keep this tucked in, neutral spine the whole time. If you kick your leg too far up and you start to feel your lower back, just stop a little bit earlier on. We're going to get into our second set now. One thing when you're doing isolation exercises, so ones like glute kickbacks, hip abductions, exercises that use less muscle groups is don't just chase a burn. A lot of people just chase a burn instead of actually taking these sets close to failure. So always remember, if we want to grow muscle, we want to make sure that we're not just pushing our bigger compound lifts, we're also pushing our isolation exercises as well. So our accessories like these. Make sure you go until those last couple of reps start to slow down toward the end of the set. So don't just stop at a burn. Keep pushing for those last few reps. And then that's how you know you've done an effective set, whilst maintaining a good technique. I know, but you know what? When I hear people with an English accent, I start thinking in English. One last cue I forgot to say is don't hold too high on the handle. Try and hold down a little bit lower. If you're holding too high, you'll start arching through your lower back. So when you're holding lower down, it just helps encourage stacked rib cage over pelvis. Warm up done. Look how big that bag is. It's like got 2 bags in there. Okay. Next up, we have one of my favorite squat exercises, Smith machine sumo squat. So we get a little bit more glutes on this one. Also, I'll say I've been unwell for the last couple of months, so I have lost a lot of muscle, a lot of strength. So if you're someone who's maybe taken time off training and you're feeling a little bit guilty for it, just know that I have been in the same position, and it's more exciting when you get back into the gym because you remember how much good the gym does for you as well. Okay. One more warm-up set. So main cues for the Smith machine squats is wider stance. Not so wide that it's just like it just feels weird. We just want wider than usual. As you get to the bottom, you want vertical shins. So this is why it's important to film your training session. So you can look from side on and make sure that your knees aren't tracking over your toes, or your knees aren't behind your ankles as well, or coming too far back. So we want vertical shins. I'll show you my stance when I set up, and then when holding onto the bar, I like to grip it like, I'll show you when I'm doing. I like to grip it on these things here, nice and close, not too wide. And then making sure as you do a squat, your elbows don't come forward. We want to always keep back elbows so we stay nice and stable. So keeping your elbows back. Let's get into it. Set number 1. People telling me last time I was doing 60 kilos for Bulgarians, and now I'm doing 60 kilos for squats. So I've lost some strength and we're gonna get there. I used to be really, really strong with squats when I was doing back squats, but I haven't done them for a while. But I think I was doing like, my PB was 113.5 kilos to be exact. So I was very strong, and now I have no idea how much I can do. I probably lost a lot of strength. yesterday I went to Ubud with some girlfriends to be all namaste, and we did a sound healing, and then we went out for dinner and I had a couple of wines. So today's workout is fueled by last night's dinner and sound healing and wines. So yeah, and 6 hours of sleep. If you want to stay in the gym long term, there's only so long, for me personally, there's only so long the dream body is going to drive you to get into the gym for. Like, you're going to have weeks where you don't even care about that. For me anyway. So what's kept me in here for so long is always having the bigger compound exercises that I get excited to perform better in. So at the moment, or when I was starting out, it was learning how to do deadlifts. It was learning how to do back squats. It was learning how to do RDLs, deadlifts, hip thrusts. Because then every time I got into the gym, I was learning a new technical cue, or I was adding a little bit more weight. And they're the bigger empowering exercises that when you get really good at them, you can be doing, it doesn't matter who you are, you can be doing 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 kilos when you get the technique down pat. So for me, when I was starting training, they were the main things that really drove me to get into the gym. And a lot of, well, if you want to get good at them, either one, if you're not going to invest in support, look at YouTube videos. Like, really take in the cues from YouTube videos. I'm not saying, I haven't actually done, maybe that's what I need to do more of, more back squat, deadlift cues, and take it seriously, because every time you get into the gym, you're going to feel confident that you're doing the right thing. Or if you are wanting to invest in yourself, get a coach, because over the weeks, you'll start to feel like, oh my gosh, like I've been doing RDLs for so long and I've been stuck at the same weight, but these cues have really helped me, and now I can see that I can get really strong. So that's just a little tip. If you find that you're on and off in the gym and you're never really fully excited by the body, or it doesn't motivate you all the time, make sure your strength goals motivate you. That's what keeps me in there. So yeah, this is half the work. Okay, we're warming up. I think this is a bit heavy. That's fine. So some tips for the hip press is always hold on. Never just like go with the flow. Always lock yourself in. Second tip is rib cage down. Don't arch through your back, especially when it gets hard. Your back is going to want to arch, so make sure you pull rib cage down the whole entire time, and then you'll actually use your legs and feel more stable. And then the second cue is always make sure you are pushing your knees outwards. Do not choose a weight that's too heavy and then your knees just start coming in. It's natural for your knees to come in a little bit, especially as females. Our femurs naturally come in a little bit more than males, but just be aware of them tracking in too much, because when our knees come in, we stop using our glutes, and that's not a girl's dream, is it? So we need to make sure, think knees out, then we are rotating the hips out, so then we're actually firing our glutes when we train. Okay, next up we have B stance hip thrust. So this is where I have a slightly staggered stance just to bias one leg or one glute more than the other. I like to have hip thrusts in most of my lower body days purely because I want to grow my glutes more, but I also just I love hip thrusts. They're just a staple that I will always have in my programs. Sometimes I'll get sick of them, but for the most part they're kept in. A little tip for if you ever don't want to come to the gym, set yourself, actually tell yourself, I'm going to go to the gym, but I'm going to go for 10 minutes. Even though you'll probably stay for longer, but the entry barrier just seems a lot less. So you'll get to the gym, you'll be in here for 10 minutes, and there's not that big mental load of oh my gosh, I have to do a 1 hour and a half session on the days where you don't have that in you. And then if you gas yourself in the first 10 minutes and you if you actually believe, no, I'm gonna be in here for 10 minutes and I'm gonna make it count. Just go really hard for the first 10 minutes after you warm up of your training session, and then you'll start to get the endorphins from training, and then you'll most likely end up just staying for the whole session because you actually want to be here. So that's what I do whenever I don't want to come. I actually had a lot of energy today, so I was excited to get into the gym. That's why I said I don't want to talk much, but here I am. I'm resting. And yeah, so just a little tip. All right, I'm going straight on to the other side. But I feel like this one's really heavy. are all finished, leg and glute and quad day. I hope you enjoy this session when you go try it yourself. We will see you in the next video. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I will leave the link right here. I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Thank you. We killed it. We killed it.
Yes.
Didn't we? And now my quads have really sore, my glutes. I'm gonna waddle up the stairs.